Shalom, shalom. I won't be long tonight. The word says, my people perish for a lack of knowledge, but he also tells us, if anyone is lacking wisdom, just ask him for it, Yahuwah, and he will rain it down upon you in abundance, upon us. So I just want to read tonight Ecclesiasticus 11 and Proverbs 1. So Ecclesiasticus 11 starts. Wisdom lifts up the head of him that is of a low degree and makes him to sit among great men. Commend not a man for his beauty, neither abhor a man for his outward appearance. The bee is little among such as fly, but her fruit is the chief sweet things, the chief of sweet things. Boast not of your clothing and raiment, and exalt not yourself in the day of honor. For the works of Yahuwah are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of has worn the crown, like David. Mighty men have been greatly disgraced, and the honorable delivered into other men's hands. Blame not before you have examined the truth. Understand first, and then rebuke. Answer not before you have heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the middle of their talk. Strive not in a matter that concerns you not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. My son, meddle not with many matters, for if you meddle much, you shall not be innocent, and if you follow after, you shall not obtain, neither shall you escape by fleeing. There is one that labors and takes pains and makes haste, and is so much the more behind. Again, there is another that is slow and has need of help, wanting ability and full of poverty. Yet the eye of Yahuwah looked upon him for good and set him up from his low estate, and lifted up his head from misery, so that many saw that saw from him is peace over all. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come from Yahuwah. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Torah are of Yahuwah. Love and the way of good works are from him. Error and darkness and their beginning together with sinners, or had their beginning together with sinners, and evil shall wax old with them that glory therein. The gift of Yahuwah remains with the Kodashim, the saints who are set apart. And his favor brings prosperity forever. There is that waxes rich by his weariness and pinching, and this is the portion of his reward. I have found rest, and now will eat continually of my goods, and yet he knows not what time shall come upon him, and that he must leave those things to others and die. Be steadfast in your covenant, and be conversant therein, and wax old in your work. Marvel not at the work of sinners, but trust in Yahuwah, and abide in your labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of Yahuwah on the sudden to make a poor man rich. Hallelujah. The blessing of Yahuwah is in the reward of the holy, and suddenly he makes his blessings flourish. Say not, what profit is there of my service, and what good thing shall I have hereafter? Again, say not, I have enough and possess many things, and what evil shall I have hereafter? In the day of prosperity there is a forgetfulness of affliction, and in the day of affliction there is no more remembrance of prosperity. For it is an easy thing unto Yahuwah in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways. The affliction of an hour makes a man forget pleasure, and in his end his deeds shall be discovered. Judge none blessed before his death, for a man shall be known in his children. Bring not every man into your house, for the deceitful man has many trains. Like as a partridge taken and kept in a cage, so is the heart of the proud, and like as a spy watches he for your fall. For he lies in wait and turns good into evil, and in things worthy of praise will lay blame upon you. Of a spark of fire a heap of coals is kindled, and a sinful man waits for blood. Take heed of a mischievous man, for he works wickedness, lest he bring upon you a perpetual blot. Receive a stranger into your house, and he will disturb you and turn you out of your own. Thank you, Yahuwah our Elohim, for wisdom and discernment, for understanding and knowledge, and all the fruits of your Holy Spirit. All past Proverbs. The Proverbs of Shalom, of Solomon, the son of David, king of Yasharel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equity, to give subtly to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase in learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of your father, and forsake not the Torah of your mother, for they shall be an ornament of grace unto your head, and chains about your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, consent not. If they say, come with us, and let us lay wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as shale, and whole as those that go down to the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast your lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not in the way with them. Refrain your foot from their path, for their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay in wait for their own blood. They lurk privily for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which takes away the life of the owners thereof. Wisdom cries without. She utters her voice in the streets. She cries in the chief place of the concourse. In the openings of the gates in the city she utters her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my ruach upon you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes. When your fear comes as desolation, and your destruction comes as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahuwah, they would none of my counsel, and they despised all of my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkens unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Hallelujah, Yahuwah. We praise you and we thank you for your word. Let us be doers and not hearers only. Shalom.